If you worry about what other people think, soon enough, you will be on the sidelines of your life.
Welcome to the Millionaire Woman Show, where we'll be discussing leadership, business, human potential, inspiring you to live rich from the inside out. Unlock your creativity, stretch out of your comfort zone, break through your barriers, take inspired action, and achieve epic results. Now here's your host, three-time best-selling author, speaker, and certified executive coach, Debra Kasowski.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Millionaire Woman Show. And if it's your first time here, welcome. Today, we are talking about refusing to play small. Now, refusing to play small, one plays small when they start with thinking small. That only limitation is between these 6 inches here. See, our minds are our limitation. When we allow our imaginations to take hold and we give permission to think of only what we see as possible. And often what happens is people are looking at their current circumstance, not where they could be going to, the skills, the talents, abilities, and all these things that they're developing. They're focused in this current situation. And it limits them from seeing beyond what is possible. And today, I want to challenge you in this video, this podcast, for you to really thinking about an area of your life that you might be playing small. You see, we tend to play small when we get feedback from the world around us. Sometimes there might have been someone you looked up to who told you that you weren't going to amount to very much. And somewhere you latched on and internalized that message and held it to be true. Now, people put up these masks and protectiveness of, oh, I'm too busy to play any bigger than I am. And I'm also not good enough. I don't have enough skill set to do that. Leave that to someone else. What that really is, it's truly a mask holding you back, holding you hostage from really achieving some of the things that you want in your life. See, playing small doesn't serve anyone. And we need you to step into that uniqueness that you bring to the world, that only you were here to fulfill. See, when you have a clarity of purpose of what you want to do in life, and you know that there's this mission you've been sent here to do, and you integrate with the people around you, you can accomplish amazing things. Now, people tend to stay small because it's uncomfortable. It's easier to think smaller than play bigger and think bigger because it involves some work. And there might be some discomfort involved, and that could be overcoming some of your fears where you thought maybe it was safe to do so by hiding behind the busyness and thinking that you're not enough or you don't have, you're flawed in some way. And you're not. You're perfect exactly the way you are. Now, what happens is our thoughts continually influence how we feel about things and the actions that we're going to take. Because if you felt that you have this purpose and you think big and your thoughts are contributing, and how does it feel to think bigger? It's pretty exciting to think, wow, is that possible? But we get caught up in that negative talk, that self-talk that says, who are you to think that that's possible for you? Who are you to think that you could stretch beyond what we're comfortable with or dream about? But that's the thing. You have this greatness within you that's bursting to get out, to share with the world, because it does make it a better place. So what I'm going to challenge you to do is step into your power, step into the person that you're meant to be. Because truly, one person can change the world by making a choice to fulfill their purpose. And then there's opportunity to collaborate with others and bring their gifts and talents in with them so that you allow people to fulfill their purposes as well. See, you are meant for greatness. And by playing small, it's almost like this protective shell thinking, if I just stay in here, if I was like a turtle and put my head in, if I just stay in here, how much safer would it be if I didn't go and expose the talents and skills that I have? That fear of vulnerability. Be brave. Have the courage to move forth and step into who you're truly meant to be, to really serve us in a way that helps us stretch and grow into who we need to be. So when you're playing small, the rest of us stay small. So we need you to step into that power that you possess. Refuse to settle for average or mediocrity, because that's what most people do. And when you're doing that, you're not willing to push yourself to see what's possible. And one of the things that I love to tell myself when I all of a sudden have this big idea, I'll be like, you know what? I don't know if it's possible, but let's find out, right? So if you jump into the let's find out, your brain starts to fire the synapses, and your brain's stimulated to search for answers and ask the questions it needs to, as soon as you make one choice, to not play small, to take that big idea and move it forward. And your brain will generate the ideas. That's why that idea came to you in the first place, because God, the universe, knew that, hey, you know what? This is the seed I'm going to plant. Let's see if it grows here. And as you nurture the ideas and help them grow and collaborate with people who can help support you, because here's the thing, we often think, oh, we got to do it all by ourselves. You notice the greatest inventors, and I was watching the movie Think and Grow Rich with, and they had this part with Henry Ford. And he said, I have this row of buttons on my desk, and all I have to do is press this button, and I have an expert of information in that area. Again, it's not about having all the resources. It's about knowing where to leverage those resources, whether they be in the form of people, time, money, that you can execute on your ideas. But when it comes around, you can provide that same support to other people on their missions and work synergistically to create this magic in the world. So refuse to settle when you know that you're meant for more. The other thing I want to remind you is keeping those commitments to yourself. So important. It's so easy to cancel the commitments that we have on the calendar versus the commitments we make to other people, because we think that they're so much more significant. Now, if you shifted it and thought about, if you looked after what you needed to do first, how much less stress and overwhelm would you have? You would feel more fulfilled in your journey, and you'd still find the time to support those people when it was right for you, right? So keeping those commitments on the calendar for yourself, recognize the importance of yourself, your value, that you need to achieve certain blocks of time to get what you need done, versus putting yourself on such a thin layer that you can't serve anyone because you haven't served yourself. So when you keep those commitments to yourself on the calendar, set the boundaries of when you are willing to help others as well, then you have more control over your time. That commitment to yourself is huge. It's a form of discipline. When I did 75 hard last year, one of my greatest lessons is that discipline. How easy would it be to say, oh, well, who would know if I didn't do this or I didn't do that on the list? Well, I would know. And that's the most important thing, your own personal integrity of where you stand and what you believe in. So keeping those commitments to yourself is very important. Now, if you're going to decide, okay, Deb, I'm going to start thinking big, and I highly recommend that you read or listen to the audio of The Magic of Thinking Big with Dr. David Schwartz. Fantastic book. And again, when you think big and you make a choice to think big, then that's when your brain, again, it's going to go on fire. It's going to give you ideas and stimulating, because you're going to think about, okay, why is it that I want this so badly? Why is this important to me? What impact will it make? What difference is it going to make when I follow through on this? How many lives will be changed because I decided not to play small? So I want you to think about an area in your life that you might be thinking that, you know what, Deb, I think I might be playing smaller than I need to be. And I'm going to challenge you to say, what is that action you're going to do today, this week, this month, this year, where you're going to say, I am committed, I'm all in to thinking big, playing big, and achieving results and impacting the world because I decided to show up as my best self. I decided to share my uniqueness. I decided that playing small no longer served me or anyone else around me. Now, when you think about that playing small, I want you to think about even a baseball game where you're going to hit the ball out of the park for a home run. It's a small ball. A home run's a big thinking game. You could, bunt it and let it just go short. But how much more fun is it when the home run goes and people are rounding the bases and the crowds are cheering, and you can be cheering for yourself to say, wow, I took what I believed to be impossible at one time, started shifting my thinking to what could be possible for me, to saying, I am possible. So one of the other things that you need to be doing is to not allow any of that negative thinking, that negative self-talk, because the majority of our thoughts have negativity attached to them, to not allow them to take space in your home, your brain, your mind. Your mindset is so powerful. And when you can speak to yourself that I refuse to play small, I'm going to do this, I got this. When you start talking to yourself with encouragement and support and repeating that and talking yourself through the tough times. When something's hard for you, it's hard for you, might not be hard for someone else, but that's okay. This is where you're going to stretch and you're going to grow and you're going to step into that person you're meant to be. Because you're always a work in progress and you're continuing to build the momentum. And as you see these small actions that you're taking every day, implementing and getting to that big thinking, you will amaze yourself. So you're going to go from, I don't know if I can do this, it seems impossible, to wow, what is possible? And wow, I am possible. Now think about that area in your life. Put a message in the comments about what action you're going to take today to really move forward, transform your life. And again, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, give us a snapshot, post it on social media, tag me, put a little note as to what your action might be. If you're watching us on YouTube, the YouTube channel's full of videos, put a comment below and let us know what action you're going to take. Playing small is not doing anything for you or the world. You have so much greatness inside you. Step into it. Thank you for joining me here on the Millionaire Woman Show. If you love this show, please share, subscribe so you don't miss a single one, and make sure you rate and review. Your inspiration. We just celebrated 5 years of podcasting, and we couldn't have done it without you. We have people from around the world listening, writing reviews, and it's a game changer. But if we didn't have you, we wouldn't have the show. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening, sharing, and providing our guests on the show as well as my own solo episodes with that inspiration. Thank you so much. You can also go over to my website at www.debrakasowski.com, where you're going to get a 3-part video course on making habits stick. Let's work together and get some of those goals that you have and make them a reality. Now, if you're interested in coaching, by all means, go to the form on my website and drop me a line there. As Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world, and go out and have a great day.